And then I heard something that truly changed gratitude as a whole for me. And it was the idea that when you truly start to feel what you are grateful for, then you watch things start to change. What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to another episode on The Morning Takeaway. Today is Thursday, a special day, Thanksgiving Day, and I'm here to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, a day of giving thanks. And I wanted to put a special podcast out today. I'm actually recording this a week prior, but I know you all, if you have a little spare time, maybe you want a little boost of gratitude on this Thanksgiving Day. I wanted to put a podcast out and touch on a couple things and just come straight from the heart. We're not going to go any random questions today. I want to touch on the art of gratitude. And before we get into it, I think I should just go ahead and tell you that I would like to thank you for everything you do for me. And this is just YouTube where I put this podcast out. I put it on my story on Instagram, but my life has severely changed in the past year and a half. And I attribute a lot of that to you all. And I say, yeah, this is just YouTube. There's about 5,000 of you that are on here and interact, but the many thousands and hundreds of thousands that are across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, just everywhere that you interact with me, I cannot say thank you enough. And, you know, I've gotten to know some of you on a personal level, engaging in direct messages, and it's truly one of the coolest things that I get to do, and I truly feel grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you that take your time out of your day to watch my content, to engage with my content, to maybe practice what I preach and keep me on my toes. And I just can't say thank you enough. And I think I'd be doing myself a disservice if I did not get on here on Thanksgiving and say thank you for everything you do for me. And I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. And when I say, I set out on a kind of expedition when I left Tennessee to come out to California to, I was going to try to play professional baseball. And it hit me that I wanted to help people in a different way and get out of, I had self-identified as a baseball player for my entire life and really just wanted to, keep that in my background and keep it with me because it's definitely part of me, but see where I could go in a different way. And when I got into personal training, and I was actually a manager at Lululemon for a little bit in Berkeley, I really, really took to the idea. And I knew I was a people person, but just like there is no amount of money that can pay for a message or a text or whatever it might be of somebody saying, hey, you're having an impact on my life. And I think the reciprocal is true here. So, I get messages all the time from people like that, and it's the most humbling, gratifying moment of my job. And I think I could say that right back to you because you all have an impact on my life as well in literally the biggest way possible. So with that, I say thank you. This is only the beginning. It's so cliche to say, but it really is. I'm a year and a half into this thing. I'm still building different things and ideas of where I want to go, but you all are a part of that, and I appreciate you for that. So I think I'm thankful. We'll jump into just kind of a little thought bubble for you on this Thanksgiving Day. But we live in a world that is coming out with all these practices on the idea of gratitude. And there's research studies saying that practicing gratitude can boost your mental health, your overall well-being. It can increase brain waves that help you remember and your cognitive function. There's so many different ways that the research or things that the research shows that gratitude is really something so vital to our lives. And, I had always heard this idea. I'd always heard it, like people, oh, be grateful, like practice gratitude. Like I used to hear all these high-ranking CEOs, and kind of a hobby of mine to listen to podcasts with these successful business people. And they would always say, I journal, I read, I write, I practice gratitude, I meditate, and like all these things that kind of popped up, and I did most of them, but not gratitude. I never really bought into it, right? And not that practicing gratitude and doing all these things is essential to being successful, quote unquote, whatever your definition of success is, but it really took me a while to buy into what is gratitude, right? And if you really, really want to dive into it, I encourage you to look up someone by the name of Joe Dispenza, Dispenza, Joe Dispenza. He is one of the people that I listen to pretty hardcore that really changed my outlook on gratitude, and Tony Robbins as well, and the art of living in a beautiful state. And I talk about this a lot here and there, my stories on Instagram or whatever it might be, but to be able to really live in the present moment and say, I am grateful for something, is honestly one of the most life-changing, gratifying, it's probably not the right word to use the same word for the same word, but there's something so powerful when you can be in that moment and feel the gratitude. And that was another level of gratitude that I had to jump into, was, okay, I can sit and write in my journal 3 things that I'm grateful for every morning and every night, but and that's the start of it, right? Like it can be, I can like very materialistic, or like I'm thankful for a roof over my head. I'm thankful for the food today. I'm thankful for my car. I'm thankful for my camera, my microphone. You get the point. But, and that's great. You're practicing gratitude. But at that point when I was doing that, it kind of felt like a to-do list. And I was kind of just trying to feel it out. And then I heard something that truly changed gratitude as a whole for me. And it was the idea that when you truly start to feel what you are grateful for, then you watch things start to change. And what does that mean? Well, sometimes in the mornings or at night, like you kind of have to force it out of yourself, but sometimes there are things that are really eating at you. Like, hey, wow, I couldn't wait for my coffee this morning. Like, feel that. Wow, I was so excited for my coffee. I'm grateful for this coffee this morning, right? And then the next level was, Tony Robbins talks about it. He writes 3 things, and I can't remember the other 2, but one of the ones that stuck out to me was like something so simple and something that I like to use, and it has to do with like the wind on my face, or the cold water on my body, or like something for me is every morning when I'm doing a barefoot walk in the sand, I just feel the earth under me. And like that's a whole nother practice of grounding and feeling the earth beneath you and connecting. But to me, I'm grateful for that every single morning. And obviously we all don't have the luxury, and again, I'm very grateful for where I live, but to have the beach right there, not everybody has that, right? But you have grass. I used to do that on grass. There's so many different ways. And I think without going down a rabbit hole too much and just kind of chatting on for too long and taking too much of your Thanksgiving day, I think it really is important to implement that practice. And as I was saying, I totally went off track, but in the world that we live in with so many resources and ideas out there, that and gratitude has kind of gained this new wave. It's been around forever, and that's what today is about. It's Thanksgiving, right? We are thankful, we are grateful. And I just want to leave you with the idea that whatever moment that you're in today or over the holiday season, and you're with your friends that you care about and your family that you care about, or just maybe strangers that you're interacting, we all feel that holiday spirit, that kindness in the air. I encourage you to really, really just kind of maybe sit back and say, wow, I feel really good right now. I felt that person's kindness. And just think to yourself, wow, I'm grateful for that person, or I'm grateful for whatever experience it is that you might be in, right? And if you feel vulnerable enough, vocalize that, because that goes so far. And I truly believe in this stuff. And I wanted to put a podcast out today to kind of express my inner passion for this kind of thing. And, you know, like when you do become a more kind person, kindness generally comes back to you, right? And you start to see this environment of kindness and people starting to do things, go out of their way for you, right? Like you're cultivating an environment and an aura and an energy around you that really speaks to that gratitude and that just good energy, right? We all want to feel good and think clearly, and that's another thing. I feel so clear when you can get in that present moment, right? So I encourage you to feel that moment, give thanks where thanks is due, and yeah, today is Thanksgiving, and this season is all about that. But keep in mind all the time, this is something I practice every single day. Not to say that I'm some like above anything else, but it's like I encourage you, if this is the start for you and just kind of getting into gratitude or just like feeling that, to start implementing it every day and start seeing the changes that kind of come and the random days that you'll just be like, wow, I smell these roses and like, holy crap. I love the smell of roses. I don't know. It sounds funny, but it's just like, I've literally found myself just like, wow, I'm so grateful for those roses. I get in the ocean, I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful for this ocean. It could take me under at any second right now. That's how humbling and unique the ocean is. But wow, right? And I just have these weird, like crazy, like intimate connections with almost a lot of nature stuff. But all right, I'm going too far down into this rabbit hole, but you get the point. I hope you have an awesome holiday season. This is obviously not the last podcast of the season, but wanted to jump on here, say thank you. And if you're around family, friends, whoever, I encourage you to give a friendly thank you to them as well. So if there's anything I could ever do for anybody, I'm so serious. Reach out to me on Instagram, reach out to me wherever I can find you, email me, and I'd love to help. I love talking life and being an ear for somebody even in the slightest way. So with that said, I hope you have an awesome freaking day and weekend and season, and I'll talk to you soon. Have an awesome night. I'm repeating myself, but don't forget to smile. Happy Thanksgiving.